What are some little-known relationship green flags? The ability to coexist in very companionable silence. A friend of mine once said, when silence is not cringe, the friendship is real. My dad always told me all I needed to do to make friends was to be okay at talking, good at listening, and excellent at shutting the frick up. That's damn good advice. If it's a chore you both hate, you do it together. My late husband and I both hated folding laundry, but it had to be done. So we always did it together. Made the chore less of a pain. My dad did that with us growing up. Anytime he needed to run errands or do housework, he would ask me or my brother to keep him company and talk to him. He said that made it was less about being bored and annoyed by doing chores and more happy hanging out and bonding time with his kids. It was always fun too. He genuinely did like spending time with us and joking around. We were never super close, because he was pretty strict, but I always liked the quality time with him. No matter how angry you are at one another, you will still go out of your way or they go out of their way to help. I'll be wicked pissed, but I'll angrily make my wife her favorite dinner even though I don't want to eat. No matter how angry we are at one another, usually only lasts a short period of time. We will never sabotage or try to teach them a lesson. Many times, it ends up being both apologizing to one another. Arguing and getting angry is just part of a relationship and unavoidable. It is how you deal with it that sets it apart from a healthy relationship versus a bad one. I'm chuckling at the mental image of angrily cooking a meal. Use my razor without asking. Harumph. Tell me I'm becoming my dad. I'll show you. Now, where'd I put the frickin' basil? Frickin' make you the best goddamn spaghetti you ever had. We'll see who's being unreasonable. Unreasonable. Maybe. Unseasonable. Never. I feel like there's a lot of detailed examples that largely boil down to two things: empathy and emotional maturity. It's sad that those two are so often lacking, that people become surprised by it. Yeah, I wonder how rare it is to actually find these two very important attributes. From my experience, the more damaged you are, the less you recognize them. It depends. In my case, I am much more emotionally mature and empathetic, because I am damaged. But here's the big difference. I was damaged and now I am mentally healthy and happy. But going through depression, heroin addiction, and suicidal ideation made me a better person in the long run. It allowed me to grow and learn how to be emotionally stable. Many people teeter on that edge of just getting by, so they never actually improve. But I was so far gone that I was forced to either die or improve. So I improved. When your so takes criticism from you seriously without immediately trying to turn it back on you. If the converse is also true, you two stand a great chance of going the distance. I think it's important to realize that this is where you can be out the gate, or it's somewhere you can get to. My wife reacts very poorly to criticism, not because she can't stand to have flaws in her behavior pointed out, but because she feels that when I criticize her actions, I'm telling her that she's garbage, and in a day or two I'll be telling her to move out. That's a direct effect of her upbringing, and what's important is that she recognizes the issue for what it is, and we talk about it. It's made us so much better. This is amazing advice for any of the green flags in this thread. People come with their own experiences, but they aren't set in stone. Honest communication and working together on challenges is huge. Being able to emotionally connect even after an argument. Absolutely. During the beginning of our relationship, whenever my partner and I would argue, he would try to hold my hand, rub my arm, or hug me as we talked. When I'm wound up, I feel like I need space to think, like physical space. So I would always push him away. We'd always get to a point in our arguments where he would just shut down or walk out of the apartment, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought that he just didn't care enough to talk these things out with me. Finally, I learned that physical touch is a big part of his love language, and it was what he needed after our fights to feel emotionally connected with me. Since then, when one of us gets upset, we hold hands and talk things out. It's a weird small thing that's made a huge difference in our relationship. Honesty, genuine interest in each other's hobbies. Don't have to do them, but at least support it. Strong communication. You feel like you're hanging out with your best friend, except you want to smash. Bold of you to assume I don't want to smash my best friend. Smashing the homies ain't gay if you are wearing socks. Being able to have healthy conflict without fear that conflict will cause the end of the relationship. It's green flag and a relief. To have natural disagreements and communication about those disagreements without constant fear that someone's going to hit the nuclear option. Underrated comment. Also, no matter how pissed off you are at you're still supporting, respectful, and considerate of one another. Non-sexual compliments. Not really sure if this counts, because we're not in a relationship, but last fall semester, my friend asked if I could help her with something. I hadn't seen her in a while, and while I was talking to her she said, "You got new glasses." I said yes, they really suit you. It honestly made my day. Compliments really go a long way. Friendships or relationships too. Your partner does things for you without asking and remembers little details. For example, I like eating with a fruit fork, the smaller version of the dinner fork. I actually googled it since her family calls them the little forks, lol. Anyway, my partner remembers this and will grab it for me when we're dishing up food. Another good one is they make you feel appreciated. Oh my god, same here. My fiancé always grabs me the little forks, or as I like to call them, normal forks. She prefers the monster forks. Regardless, it's such a simple, nothing gesture that shows she's listening and she cares. Marrying that wonderful person this Saturday, smiley face. Congrats. Sounds like you two are made for each other, but it's not like you need a random 16-year-old telling you that, lol. Damn. Imagine getting this much karma on a burner account. Laughter. And also, I've been with my partner for 40 years this month, and I still smile when I see him across a room. He still makes me laugh and my heart soars when I think of him. Awesome? And congratulations to you both. Been with my wife almost 10 years now, and she always tells me how she loves that I make her laugh at least once every day. I hope she still says the same thing 30 years from now. Listening to you and remembering the things you've said. Back when me and my boyfriend started dating, he'd sometimes bring up things that I've said before. My favorite foods, candies, etc. Made me super happy and could tell he genuinely cared. I'm so bad at remembering details like this. I've started to record them in my phone for friends and partners, and it enables me to be so much more thoughtful. E.g., a friend of mine mentioned that two of her favorite desserts were cannoli and cake. So for her birthday I made her a cannoli cake. She was so touched and didn't remember saying it, so it came across as very insightful. Edited to add. I'm so glad that my most upvoted comment is about my most fiercely kept secret in my friendships. Hopefully it helps all of you out. My ex once tagged me in a post about a strawberry shortcake birthday cake. She forgot about it and nobody had ever done anything nice for. So, she was blown away when I bought one for her birthday almost a full year later. A few months later she was eating a maple bar donut and casually mentioned she wished she could have a whole maple donut cake. So the next year on her birthday I took the day off of work, and when she came home I had baked a whole maple donut cake. I'm not a baker, but that cake was amazing. Of course she still thought I didn't love her, because I never did anything for her. She said that kind of stuff was baseline relationship stuff and I never went above and beyond for her. Poor girl was so broken she couldn't accept love. Oh my god, those are both incredible. Have you heard of love languages? It might not be that she couldn't accept love, but that the way you both give and receive love is incompatible. For example, my love language is words of affirmation. I'm sensitive and need to hear from you that you love me. My ex was big on acts of service, which I love too, but didn't really scratch that itch. Like, oversimplifying it, he cleaned my apartment for me once when I was out of town and it was so lovely and appreciated. But it would have gone way further for me if he had instead said, "Hi, I missed you so much. Tell me about your trip and talk to me about it." It's not that you or I couldn't receive love. It's just that we were speaking different languages. You don't feel like they are playing games. Communication is direct and you don't feel too nervous about what you should or shouldn't do or say. And you're not worried about what they do or don't do or say. Some butterflies is normal, of course. Cheesy, but true. Communication in a relationship is like cell phone service. Lose it, and you start playing games, or searching for a better provider, or start indulging in the neighbor's Wi-Fi, to then take a trip to your local hotspot. I drink a lot of water, and sometimes my boyfriend would stay until late and I would fall asleep. Before leaving he always made sure I had a glass full of water on my nightstand in case I woke up thirsty. It's always the small details. My boyfriend does this too. I'm never without a water glass. If he walks by and it isn't full, he fills it up. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think you're dating a server. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. The water refill is free, but at some point you gotta pay if you want to live in here. Active listening. Not just being there while you talk, accurately giving opinions, advice if asked for, and generally caring for the conversation. Bonus, active listening during an argument. Not trying to win, but trying to resolve the problem. This is super important, but also the polar opposite is important. Being able to comfortably sit together in complete silence for prolonged periods is a good green flag. The best relationship I had was when we both fell asleep on the couch watching TV, and I woke up with her literally using me as a full-body pillow. Of course, I couldn't move until she woke up and suffered from muscle cramps and pins and needles for about 3 hours. But the fact that she slept through the night was a milestone in the relationship, and I wasn't going to move until she woke up. Later, she began teleporting into bed after falling asleep, because I learned better positioning and leverage. I'm sad on your behalf, this is past tense, but I had a relationship that was great and it ended amicably and is now just part of my story, and that's okay too. We're still in touch, kinda. Her mom still invites me to family dinners, even though she's married with 2 kids now. The ex, not her mother. I think mom is still holding out hope for the relationship even though we've both moved on to a friendship, instead of squishing bits together. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and leave a comment which story you liked the most. Subscribe and hit the bell notification for updates on our latest videos. And don't forget to check the links in the description box for more awesome content.